Several of my clients who I talk to from our channel tell me that they're considering moving to Greenville and other cities, for instance, Myrtle Beach. So in this video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down Myrtle Beach versus Greenville and see which one is best for you and possibly your family to move to. And be sure to stick around to the end because the real estate trends in these two markets are drastically different. And I really don't want you to catch a falling knife, so be sure to watch till the end. Let's do it. As always, my name is Will Sawyer, your friend in real estate here in the upstate of South Carolina. And it's our goal with this channel that we are your #1 resource for all the things that you need to know about your relocation to Greenville. And if you like this video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment in the comments. We would love to interact with you and meet you there in the comments. Now let's get into it. So first things first, where are these two cities at? Well, of course you know where Greenville is. It's in the western upstate of South Carolina, which is right in between Atlanta, Georgia and Charlotte, North Carolina. Myrtle Beach is on the coast of South Carolina, just below North Carolina. So Myrtle Beach's population is about 37,000 in the city, and Horry County has about 365,000 people. Now the population of Myrtle Beach will likely change throughout the year because Myrtle Beach is such a hotbed for vacationers from up north. So it's 37,000 at any given time, but expect this to drastically change, especially during the summer. I believe like 20 million people visit Myrtle Beach every single year. And of course, as we all know, there's about 70,000 people that live in the city of Greenville, and just over 500,000 live in Greenville County currently. In comparing these two cities, again, we use bestplaces.net. And first up, let's talk about cost of living in each city. So Myrtle Beach actually is about 1% cheaper than living here in Greenville. And that's largely due to real estate prices. Real estate prices in Myrtle Beach are less than they are in Greenville. However, healthcare costs are more expensive there in Myrtle Beach, which is no surprise due to the older and aging population in Myrtle Beach. So these two really balance out each other, but Myrtle Beach is about 1% cheaper than Greenville is. So secondly, let's talk about crime. So again, we're gonna use bestplaces.net. And of course, you know, crime in these areas are very relative to each pocket that you're living in respect to each area. However, Myrtle Beach had some pretty alarming crime statistics. For violent crime, Myrtle Beach came in at 76 and property crime came in at 97. And for a scale, let's say 1 is very low crime and 100 is very high crime. So 76 and 97 are very, very high. So for Greenville, violent crime came in at about 36, much lower than Myrtle Beach. And then for property crime came in at 64, which was significantly lower than Myrtle Beach as well. So third, let's talk about demographics. So the average age in Myrtle Beach is of course higher than it is in Greenville. You know, in recent years and really for forever, it's been a very popular destination for folks who are retiring, who want to be near the coast, who want to be in South Carolina with warmer weather and more personal liberty. So Myrtle Beach has served as that type of destination, you know, relative to say somewhere like Florida for a number of years. So like I've said in recent videos, you know, that's not to discount Greenville. Greenville is a wonderful place to retire to, and many of my clients that I work with from our channel are retiring to Greenville. So in years past and currently, you know, Greenville has become a much more popular destination for folks who are retiring. There's certainly a lot more options for retirees as far as amenities and things to do than there have been in decades past. So not to discount Greenville as a retirement destination, but of course Myrtle Beach historically has been a retirement destination. So it's no surprise that the average age in Myrtle Beach comes in at a little bit higher than Greenville. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, Myrtle Beach is a super popular vacation destination. A large driver of Myrtle Beach's economy is tourism, whereas our economy here in Greenville is much more robust and balanced. Our main drivers are healthcare, small business, manufacturing, and industry, whereas a significant portion of Myrtle Beach's economy is in one sector. So I read that over 20 million people visit Myrtle Beach every single year. And I've been there in the wintertime and in the summertime, and it is drastically different in the wintertime versus the summer. If you live in Myrtle Beach, you might live next to an Airbnb, and you're not gonna be able to control who's coming in week after week, especially in the summertime, coming there on vacation. So now let's talk about weather, and I had to include this one. So just know that if you do move to Myrtle Beach, you are subjecting yourself to some extreme weather, especially in the fall. So according to sc.gov, from 1951 to 2023, 44 tropical cyclones have made landfall in the Myrtle Beach area. 25 hurricanes have hit the South Carolina coast, and 4 of those hurricanes have been Category 3 or more. So regardless of if a hurricane hits the South Carolina coast, it could also hit the surrounding states and still hit Myrtle Beach, subjecting your home and other property to tropical force winds and other damages that can come with a tropical storm system. Now let's talk about lifestyle. So there's a lot to do in both Myrtle Beach and Greenville. If you're in Myrtle Beach in the summertime on vacation, there's tons of putt-putt courses to go and play in the evenings. There's over 80 golf courses in the Grand Strand. And I know a lot of folks who moved to Myrtle Beach moved there large in part due to the presence of golf courses. There's a ton of beach bars, there's a ton of great seafood restaurants, and there's just a lot of stuff to do at the boardwalks or downtown there on Ocean Drive during the summertime. Now in Greenville, you already know that we have one of the most beautiful downtowns in the entire country. We have proximity to the mountains, we have proximity to 2 major cities, Charlotte and Atlanta. We also have GSP, Greenville-Spartanburg International Airport, which can get you to multiple locations very quickly here out of Greer. And there's a ton of great restaurants to visit downtown when you move here or are visiting, like Sobeys and Coral and Hall's Chop House, Willie Taco, and the list goes on and on. So last but not least, let's talk about real estate prices, because that's important if you're going to be buying a house, making an investment in the new area that you're moving to. So in 2023, real estate prices in Myrtle Beach actually fell on average. So going into COVID, coming out of COVID, Myrtle Beach has been one of these hotbeds for relocations. People wanted to get to the coast, wanted to have a little bit more personal liberty living here in South Carolina, and that really caused prices to shoot up. And it's no surprise that prices have come down as things have started to normalize a little bit across the country. And we're seeing more and more markets that have been hotbeds in COVID start to normalize and start to drop a little bit in pricing. So in 2021, the average price of a home in Myrtle Beach was about $200,000. And in 2023, that got all the way up to $330,000 before prices dove down to $300,000 at the end of the year. Places like Austin, Texas, Myrtle Beach, and other hotbeds for these COVID relocations have all seen these same trends. Prices last year in Greenville rose about 5% year over year, and our market has remained relatively healthy. Now, builders, like I've mentioned in other videos, do control about 45% of our current inventory. And that's no surprise because you have 75% of mortgages across the entire country that are below 5%. So we're really not seeing a lot of folks move who own homes unless they absolutely have to due to job relocations or really needing a smaller house, a significant life change has occurred, or they're relocating to get closer to family. A lot of these folks who were moving just to move, not anymore because they're locked down below 5%. And why would they trade when they're gonna have to re-enter their market at 6.5% to 7% with today's rates? So as rates do come down in 2024, like it has been announced that they might, I do anticipate prices steadily climbing in our Greenville market again this year. So we'll see what happens. But as rates come down, I certainly anticipate more buyers jumping in the market, which I believe with our limited inventory is going to continue to shoot prices up. So all in all, there you have it, Greenville versus Myrtle Beach. Hopefully this video was helpful in weighing the pros and cons of each location. I think Myrtle Beach is a great place to visit in the summertime. You have beaches, great restaurants, tons of stuff to do, a lot of golf to be played. However, would I relocate there over a place like Greenville? I just don't know. So if you're interested in moving to Greenville, I would love to talk with you. Again, you can always text me at my cell phone number below or my email below. Feel free to shoot me an email there. I would love to meet you and talk about your relocation to our area. So as always, my name is Will Sawyer, your friend in real estate here in the upstate of South Carolina. And until next time, be safe. Well, this video is going to be about Greenville County, the upstate of South Carolina. Great thing to do and easily in the evening. I'm a local real estate expert here in the area. All the time, we're right behind me is a really cool place called Freight Yard.